questions. A reminder, no one-on-ones. Thank you.
So yeah, special place. Great to be back. Great to be in the McKay Center for the first time, and really thrilled to be going into to be inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight here at Southern Cal, and with all of what a great class that is going in tonight. So quite an honor, very special time, and anyway, I just wanted to make myself available. So any comments, questions?
The fact that you were a two-sport athlete here,
Yeah.
a special meaning for you?
It does have special meaning. Had dinner with one of the baseball players last night. He'll be here, Albie Silvera. Nice of him to come by and be a part of this. And the fact that I was able to play baseball was special. I mean, I always loved baseball, and to be able to play for the great Rod Dedeaux. I was in that group of people that was told, "Tiger, move your puppies." That was Rod at his finest. He was a great fundamental teacher, and obviously a storied baseball coach. And I had the honor and the privilege of playing for him. It was outstanding.
I forget, where were you when Pete was like becoming king of the world here? Like 2005, 2006?
Yeah, I was in Jacksonville.
So what was it like being from afar, watching what was going on at your old school?
It was outstanding for me because as they took off, I was a head coach in Jacksonville, and we had a few players on the team that were from other colleges, and so it was nice for them to have to bring in the cherry pie or whatever we may have wagered prior to the games. But he did a great job, reigniting the passion here for Southern Cal, bringing a lot of the greats around, and really, with all the energy he brings to everything he does, really got this program, back on track and as good as it had ever been.
What is your fondest memory of the time you were here?
There was so many. I think probably closing out my senior year with the Rose Bowl win. I think because we had an opportunity to come in and to finish with a championship. I think there were a lot of other special moments for sure. I mean, my first start was something I'll always remember, and there were many others, but I think the most special was walking off of the field as a Rose Bowl champion.
The NFL head coaching fraternity is very small.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame here is very small. Can you just put in perspective, this accomplishment that you have, amongst many accomplishments that you've had in your career, just going to the Hall of Fame?
When something like this comes about and you are honored and you're part of a special group, it causes you to reflect back. Really, I haven't often enough, I don't think, taken the time to really enjoy the moment of what was. We're so consumed with going forward and what is the next challenge, and so much energy is put into that I would say that just having a little time, to reflect back on all the great memories and what an honor it really is. How many tremendous players came through this university, continue to come through, but to make it here in the first place, just to make it here as a young kid out of Hayward, and to make it here on a scholarship, to be able to play two sports, just that alone was awesome, was incredible. Then to at some point be acknowledged and recognized as somebody that did it at a high level, and that it's just humbling. It's very humbling to come from where I came and to accomplish what I've accomplished. I'm very blessed. Been a lot of people that have touched me and lifted me and helped me along the way, and so very grateful.
How does this facility compare to what you had?
Yeah, quite a bit different. We were in the bottom of Heritage Hall. the first weight room that I walked into was not as big as this room, and in fact, maybe a third of the size. So we've come a long way. Jerry Attaway had us out in the hall doing sit-ups and push-ups, and there was very few pieces of equipment in there, and that was, back 81, 82, and so to come in and see this beautiful facility, I haven't had a chance to actually get around and see it all, so I look forward to that. But outstanding, really gorgeous.
Been a big year for you, back head coach in the NFL, going into the Hall of Fame. Talk about the work that you have ahead in kind of turning the Raiders around.
Sure.
Here, the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, that was a childhood team. I like to say back then that they followed me down here because I came to school at Southern Cal, and then the Raiders came down, and we're down here in LA, during my time at Southern Cal. So it's again, it's a great honor to be able to lead any NFL franchise. There are only 32 of them in the world, but to lead the one that you grew up as a fan of, it's special. To be able to go back home to where I grew up and get an opportunity to bring the franchise, a great franchise with a rich tradition, rich history, and to get a chance to bring that program back to where it belongs. I'm super fired up about that.
As someone who played two sports here, it's rare enough for people to do it at the collegiate level, but today you see at the lower levels, kids are starting to get more specific in sports earlier and earlier. What were your thoughts about that?
I think it's a shame. I'd prefer to see it not get so specialized so soon. I think that as an athlete, I know that I benefited from my body getting a break from certain movements during different parts of the year. That the skills that I would develop tracking a baseball or defending in basketball one-on-one would be very beneficial for me catching a football or tracking a running back and tackling that running back. So I think that the crossover was beneficial for the overall athlete that many of us, became during that era. I mean, it's so specialized now, it's just rare. You just don't see many people that are playing multiple sports anymore. I think it's a shame.
How much did you want this job a couple years ago when Pat Hayden interviewed?
I still want this job. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I like my job. No, listen, it's a storied program. It's a special place. It's near and dear to me. It would have been an honor had they chosen me. I don't think the timing really worked particularly well. They needed a coach. They needed somebody to be up and running, and they needed recruiting to begin. And it wasn't a great time to pause and wait a couple of months for another guy to come back home. So, I think Sark's doing a nice job here. Hopefully, this will be a big year when we kind of get past some of those sanctions and some of those things that maybe weren't, in my opinion, necessarily fair. But I think we're working our way through all that, and hopefully he'll get the program back where it belongs. But this special place. So, yeah, obviously I was very interested in the prospect, but things happen for a reason. They happen as they're supposed to, and now I get a chance to lead the Raiders organization, and that's quite an honor.
You mentioned some of those things not being particularly fair in your mind.
Yeah.
It seems like a pretty common thought among a lot of USC alums. Do you feel a certain sense of, bitterness about that whole?
I don't feel bitterness about it. I feel like they went too far with the punishment. I don't think it fit the crime, and I think there are a lot of other people that felt the same way that didn't have any affiliation with USC. So it's a shame that it went down the way it did, and I think the great thing is, though, to look forward, and not dwell on the past. I mean, it's basically just about in the rearview mirror now, and it's look, great things in store for this program going forward, and so much better to focus on what you can do going forward. And it's a great place, and a lot of good people here, and I think the university deserves some credit. Pat Hayden and the staff and the coaches that have been here to work their way through maybe and not take the bumps that were projected, you know, that they would take here. So I think that's been pretty remarkable how they've made it through, and now they're in great shape to go forward and really be strong once again.
Speaking of punishments, what are your thoughts on what the NFL found versus the Patriots? Does that change any way how you view that organization?
No, I think there's some similarities in terms of maybe a little bit of an overreaction from my standpoint. I would have really preferred there to be a, hey, look, we know all you quarterbacks out there like to play with the balls and get them exactly how you like them, but we're going to pay really particular attention to this, and anybody that's outside those lines there'll be significant action taken, and I think it goes away. I think one short 5-minute press conference at some point when all this came out stating that's how it would be handled from now on, because everybody understands that quarterbacks all want to get the balls how they like them, and why not? I mean, they throw these balls around, and one of the reasons the sport is so popular is because of the ability of guys like Peyton and Brady and these guys that throw the ball the way they do.
They make every other rule in favor for them.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was a little bit overdone, but that's somebody else's problem right now.
What are your thoughts about the NFL returning here, whether it's your organization or another?
Well, I think this is a great marketplace that would be, make sense for teams to be here in terms of, our football team with the Raiders. In my talks with Mark Davis, he's always intimated that his first hope would be to stay right where we are, and I just leave it at that. I let people that it's their job to worry about that, kind of handle that part, and I just focus on trying to build the football team as strong as possible. So I really left that alone.
As a guy who's been in the NFL for so long, is it surprising to you that this market has been without a football team?
Yeah.
For 2 decades?
Yeah, it's surprising to me. When you see how many people here with the ability to come support a team, how many people live here, how much passion there is for football, I would think it'd be a natural fit at some point.
You were at the Coliseum last fall when you were introduced as
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame, and then later that night Luke got to come in and play
Right.
a little bit. What was the totality of that night like?
That was overwhelming for me. To be here where I played, on that field where I played collegiately, and then to see my son and my son actually to get in the game. There's nothing as parents, there's nothing we like more than to see our children succeed and see them do well. So, very proud moment. Certainly proud of my being back where I have such great memories and being a part of this group that's going in tonight. But I think what made it really, really special was being there with my son.
I imagine it had probably been quite a while since you'd been able to attend a game at the college.
Yeah, like never. Like that had not happened. So it's rare. It just worked out. In fact, when Barbara Hedges called to tell me about it, she said, sorry, it's during the season, and I know you guys are a little bit busy on Sundays, so you're not going to be able to do this. And I said, wait a minute, what's that date again? I said, that might match up. So it actually matched up great. It was a bye weekend, and I was able to get down here.
What was your evaluation of Leonard Williams as you just went through the draft process?
He's a stud, yeah. Great Trojan, great young man, and I think he'll go on and play, really well in the National Football League.
Did you ever, your son has played at several colleges, did
Yep.
SC ever come into the picture?
Not really. At the time when we had been in camp here with Lane, he just didn't express a lot of excitement over Luke being here. So I don't think Luke ever really felt like. I think initially, sure, to go to the place where Dad went, but there wasn't a lot of affection for him for that position. And you're talking about at that position, you've got one guy gets on the field, so you want to try and be in a good spot if you can.
Time for one more.
Yeah.
How closely do you follow USC and the program and all the time now?
How closely have I followed the program? I would say I'm probably I'm probably more like an average fan that follows the university when it's doing really well, and I can brag about it, you know? and that's when it's the most fun, you know? So, no, I'm always paying attention. I wouldn't say that I'm, you know, obsessing at night over the coach's game plan. You know, I'm basically focusing on my own job, but I'm always taking a peek. I'm aware of what's going on. I know the baseball team is back doing well, and so that's good for us. And so I monitor things, you know, but I wouldn't say as closely as I might if I lived in the area or if I were getting fed daily news about the program.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.